The thing about being underestimated is it gives you options. You can walk away, you can retaliate, or, if you're me, you can turn it into a perfectly legal act of beautiful, cold-blooded revenge. I didn't wake up that morning intending to humiliate someone. I just wanted my damn parking spot back. But Karen had other plans. I live in a lakeside town, one of those places with more tourists than parking spaces and more luxury cars than common courtesy. But I had a secret weapon. I owned a strip of property right across from the lake. It used to be an old auto shop my grandfather ran. When he passed, I inherited it. The building was too run down to rent out, but the parking lot was gold. Locals begged to park there during the summer rush. Tourists offered cash. I even had people offer to buy it, but I never budged. It was more than real estate. It was mine. I used it to park my truck whenever I went down to the water, which was often. I'm a contractor, so I needed space for tools, trailers, and most importantly, peace. That peace shattered on a Thursday morning at exactly 8:17 a.m. I was backing into my usual spot, third one in from the curb under the only shady tree, when a silver Mercedes SLK zipped around me and slid in. Nearly clipped my bumper. I honked. She didn't flinch. A tall woman with oversized sunglasses stepped out. Blonde bob, designer handbag, expensive yoga pants that had never seen sweat. A walking stereotype. And proud of it. I rolled down my window. "Hey, ma'am, that's actually my spot. This is private property." She turned, gave me a once-over like I was gum on her Gucci, and said, "You don't own this lot. It's public. Maybe if you got here earlier, you'd have a chance." And then she smirked, like I was beneath her, like she had won. I said nothing, just nodded. Because revenge isn't served cold. It's served with paperwork, permits, and perfect timing. She started using the spot every day. Same time, same attitude. She'd speed in, flip her sunglasses onto her head, and strut off like she was queen of the asphalt. Once, I left a polite note. It came back ripped and stuck to my windshield with gum. I called a towing company, but they refused. They said, "Unless you're renting the lot or it's marked private, it's risky." And that's when I realized something. She thought I couldn't do anything. She saw an old building, a beat-up truck, and a man in jeans. She didn't see the bead with my name on it or the plan I was about to hatch. First, I had the lot restriped. I paid a local crew to repaint the lines and had custom signs that read, "Private property. Violators will be towed. Lot owner, D. McKenna." I made sure the sign faced the exact direction Karen's Mercedes always parked. Then I got security cameras installed. High-res, night vision, with cloud storage. After that, I filed the proper paperwork with the city, updating the tax records and commercial use designation. Took 2 weeks. I didn't care. Because now, the lot was officially registered as a private business use lot, and I was listed as the sole legal authority to approve or deny parking. All I needed was one final touch. A call to the tow company and the lake permit office. It was Friday. The lake was packed, tourists, paddleboards, food trucks, a perfect scene.
Karen arrived in full Karen fashion, phone in hand, latte in the other, and ignored the new signage completely. I was already waiting. Lawn chair, sunglasses, camera running. She stepped out of her car and I stood. "Hey, read the sign," I called out. She laughed. "Oh, you had that made? That's adorable. Still not moving." I smiled. "Didn't ask you to, but you might want to come back in 10 minutes. She rolled her eyes and walked off. At exactly 8:25 a.m., the tow truck arrived, but not just any truck. A rollback with lake-ready release rig. You see, I didn't tow it to a normal impound lot. Nope. I had arranged a legal, permitted, water-based reclamation demonstration with an audience of about 50 curious onlookers. When Karen came running, latte spilling, sandals flapping, she screamed, "What are you doing? That's a $90,000 car!" I said nothing. The driver smiled, released the clamps, and the Mercedes rode slowly, gracefully into the water. It didn't sink. It floated for a moment, long enough for Karen's scream to echo across the lake. Then the front dipped, and the water claimed it. Was it dramatic? Yes. Was it legal? Every inch of it. Turns out, part of my grandfather's old property extended to the shoreline. The demo had been registered as a property boundary enforcement and safety test. The car was retrieved later, but flooded, ruined, and unrecoverable. Karen tried to sue. The footage? Shut that down in a week. The sign? Clear. The registration? Current. The permission? On file. She was left with soggy leather seats and a viral video that made her a meme in 6 counties. Turns out, Karen wasn't just a random visitor. She was Karen Whitmore, recently relocated from Scottsdale, Arizona, recently divorced from a guy who ran a dealership and trying to find herself in our lakeside town. The locals hated her. She complained at the farmer's market, tried to get the local cafe to stop serving biscuits and gravy because it was too greasy. Told one of the kids fishing on the dock that his shirt was too loud. In short, she was a ticking bomb of entitlement, and I just happened to be her target of the month. I learned all this from Mel, the retired postmaster who now ran the bait shop next door. She came in here once and asked if we sold gluten-free worms. He chuckled, handed me a soda. "You did the lake a favor." To understand why this mattered so much, you have to know about my grandfather. He built that shop after coming back from Korea. Didn't have much, just a box of tools, a knack for fixing things, and a belief that land was the one thing worth fighting for. That lot, he bought it with war bonds and sweat. He paved it by hand, built the retaining wall himself, and even carved a little message into the concrete near the entrance. Always come home. He told me the year before he died, "This patch of ground is more than gravel and oil stains. It's ours. And one day, someone's going to try to take it from you." He was right. Only instead of a bulldozer or a bank, it came in the form of a Mercedes and a smirk. The tow was recorded by at least 5 people, including a guy with the drone. Within 24 hours, the video was on TikTok with the caption, "Karen gets her Benz baptized after stealing parking spot." It hit 3 million views overnight. Then Facebook groups picked it up. Local news did a segment called Lake Karma, the Mercedes Mistake. Even the county sheriff's office commented, "We love seeing justice served with legal paperwork and a splash." Karen tried to claim it was property damage, but every angle showed her ignoring the sign, trespassing, and even mocking me. The tow company's body cam sealed the deal.
She became a meme. Top text, "I'm just running in for a second." Bottom text, "My car's in a lake." A week after the video went viral, I got a letter in the mail. Official looking, wax seal. It was from a real estate trust in Chicago. Inside was a handwritten note. "Saw what you did. Made me proud. Your grandfather was my best friend in basic. He always said you'd do him proud, too." There was a check inside, $25,000, and a clause that said, "Use this to fix up the shop or pave more spots. This town needs more people like you." I cried for the first time in years. Not for the money, but because for the first time since he passed, I felt like I'd done right by him. Karen, meanwhile, faced the full wrath of the internet. Her Instagram got bombed with fish emojis. People started posting parody videos of her yelling in slow motion as the car splashed. Her employer found out, a marketing firm out of Phoenix. She'd been working remotely. They fired her, quietly. The final blow came from the mayor, who posted, "To anyone visiting our beautiful town, respect our spaces. Don't be a Karen." Literally. With the money from the check and a local GoFundMe people started called Fix the Karma Lot, I renovated the place. New striping. Installed a solar-powered gate. Even got murals painted on the retaining wall, including a cartoon of the Mercedes floating with the words, "Respect the space" or "Bring floaties." I turned it into a community parking space for veterans and disabled visitors. Free, reserved, protected. And at the corner, under that same old tree, I kept my spot. Still third in from the curb, still mine. Tourists still come. Some ask to see the lake where the Mercedes went in. There's even a little sign now, Karen's Launch Point, EST 2025. Kids love it. Teens pose in front of it. Locals bring chairs and sip iced tea on the weekends. As for me, I just smile, because the best revenge is when the whole town joins you in laughing. And next time someone steals your parking spot, don't honk, don't scream. Own the lot, tow the car into the lake. A few days later, I returned to the lot. No Karen, just peaceful birdsong, the shade of the tree, and my truck parked right where it belonged. Some people said I went too far, but I didn't scream, I didn't curse, I didn't touch her. I let her arrogance park itself into a trap, and then I pulled the lever. So if you're reading this and thinking, was that too much? Ask yourself, if someone disrespects what you've built, mocks what you've earned, and dares you to fight back, do you honk, or do you tow the damn thing into the lake? I know what I'd do.